People. Que pasa, say what they do. Now people, this one is called It Happened Again, It Happened Once More Again. Because we see that dancehall artist Lee Sparta is now wanted as a person of interest for some sort of pie that took place. We are speaking about in St. James. We are talking about Montego Bay. And it is that he is asked by the Popo to turn in himself by 12 noon today, which is Tuesday. And based on the information, it is said that he is wanted for questioning because of a whole lot of flare-up in a Montego Bay, and we are speaking about flankers specifically. Now people, there's a thing that goes something like this. Be careful of the attention that you're seeking. Be very careful of the energy that you put out there, because people, we saw that Lee Sparta came out as a dancehall artist and he advertised himself as Uncle Demon. He showed some sort of demon alter ego. That was the persona that he was basically promoting in a dancehall. So people like them say, is it coming back to haunt him? Or should we expect a dancehall artist to basically say that this is art and this is his art form? So therefore, if he wants to promote himself as a certain way, as a certain character in a dancehall, because that is what dancehall is all about. It is all about entertainment. However, we see that this persona is also coming back to haunt him, point blank and period. Now, like they've always said, there are always three sides to every story. The Popo claimed that he is wanted for some flare-up in a flankers. And Lee Sparta, through his management team, his PR team, says that he does not know anything that they are talking about. He is flat out denying that he has anything to do with any sort of wrongdoing. However, based on the information from Stephanie Lindsay, and she is from the JCF Corporate Communication Unit, she said that Lee Sparta can help them in some sort of investigation as it pertains to some sort of shooting in a flankers. Now people, what does she mean by that? Is she trying to set up the dancehall artist, or is she expecting Lee Sparta, as he claims to be a regular, normal, law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, to basically do his civic duty? Should he go against what the garrison stands for? Should he basically bait up himself? Is the JCF trying to set up Lee Sparta? We say, well, of course he came in and he gave us some information, some relevant information that led to the arrest of this person or the questioning of this person. And basically Lee Sparta is going to lose his life after that, because people like them say in the garrison, loose lips, lose life, and he that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life. Therefore, walk and live and talk and BBC, you know the rest. So people, is the Popo trying to set up Lee Sparta? That is the question that we have to ask. Now people, like me say, if the Popo is doing their job and they need assistance and they need information, I have no problem when it comes to that. However, when them say somebody is a person of interest and they give a vague reason, them not give no date, them not give no specific as to when this incident took place, who get caught up, who get slapped away, whatever the case is. Now usually when the Popo say that a person is a person of interest, it means different things to different people. If you are from uptown, if you are the Matalan or them sort of people, it means one thing. It means that you're going and them ask you a couple of questions with your lawyer or without your lawyer. And more than likely, you're going to leave, me I talk about the Popo station, and you're going to go back home. You're going to go in your car and you go back home to your house. However, as it pertains to a dancehall artist, just based on recent history, we know that whenever these artists go in for questioning, they usually remain in the place for some undetermined amount of time, because usually they have to do some sort of question and answer, and conveniently the person that is supposed to do the question and answering, he is not there, or the questioning, he is not there, aka OC the investigator. However, they hold the dancehall artist under the state of emergency, because based on the law they can hold you for an undetermined amount of time based on the SOE, Zone of Special Operation, Rete Lele Blue Blah Bling. Now what this means that this person, aka Tommy Lee Sparta in this case, will be held at the Popo station. He will be transferred back and forth to some other Popo station just to frustrate him, just to use some sort of psychological warfare. May I talk about break him down. He is going to be away more than likely from his family. He will have to hire some top lawyer, pay millions and millions of dollars, and what is even worse, we are speaking about the domino effect, we are speaking about the ripple effect. That means that more than likely he will lessen his chance to get a US visa, to get a Canada visa, to get a UK visa. So therefore it is going to, may I talk about, be detrimental to his earning potential, because if you can't travel whenever the place open up, we are talking about less money, point blank and period. Now when we check the history of Tommy Lee Sparta and the Popo, we see that back in 2017, the mobile Popo also claimed that the DJ was wanted for questioning along with several other persons for some sort of pipe. May I talk about SHOOTING in Montego Bay. Now people, let me tell you this, and this is what is very disturbing about the whole thing. They knew that they could have contacted the DJ through his PR team, through his management team. However, what did the Popo do? They wait until the artist Tommy Lee Sparta was coming from a performance, and then basically trail him. May I talk about carload, may I talk about a convoy of Popo, mass up, look like some military people, may I talk about look like some killer. And what did they do? Them basically pounce upon him when he was in Manor Park, may I talk about Uptown, at a ATM machine. May I talk about ski mask. Now people, let me ask you this question. Supposedly Tommy Lee Sparta had some sort of security and they did not know who these people were, because people like me say, the Popo them, they ski up them, they in a ski mask like some robber. So therefore, suppose something pop off, what would have happened? The DJ along with his security might have gotten taken out. Some sort of Popo might have gotten taken out. However, people like me say, these are the tactics that the Popo use when it could have easily been avoided if they had just contacted the artist and basically make him know say him need to come in for questioning. No, they did the pounce, they did the shock and awe, and anything could have went wrong. Point blank and period. Now people, when we think that 2017 was the only case, no, that is not the only case. Also in a 2016, he was also wanted by the Popo in a Kingston in relation to some other sort of shooting. Now people, in both cases, may I talk about 2017, 2016, he was taken into custody. He was never charged. He was never convicted. He was never tried. However, like me say, it basically put a damper upon him career. It basically smear or smudge him. May I talk about character. May I talk about Uncle D-Man character, if it can get any worse. Now fast forward March 2020, there was an incident that took place in which some people, including Tommy Lee Sparta's daughter, I think she was 6 or 9 at the time, she got caught up, she picked up attack. Now people, when this incident occurred, all the YouTube pet detectives were all over the place and claiming and alleging that GUNMEN were looking for Tommy Lee Sparta and he is a target, Rete Lele Blue Blah Bling. Only to find out that it was not so. It was just some other incident that had nothing to do with Tommy Lee Sparta, because people, the truth and the fact that Tommy Lee Sparta is a dancehall artist. Lee Sparta is all over the place. So therefore, if somebody was looking for Lee Sparta, they could have easily found him because he was not in hiding. So therefore, that basically dismantle all the theory by these tech detectives. So people, we are talking about 2017, 2016, 2020. There has been a lot of speculations, a lot of allegations, a lot of claims by any and everybody to basically paint the artist as this demonic sort of character. And people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. Lee Sparta has to blame himself because he put that image, he put that energy out there, and it is the energy that you put out there that basically comes back to haunt you. So people, like me say, wherever there is some sort of smoke, there is fire. And people, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. I am not claiming that Lee Sparta is any sort of angel or altar boy, because we've all seen the pictures out there. But are you guilty by association? Are you guilty because of the fact that you are from the garrison? And if you are from the garrison, the people that are usually running the garrison, they always want to be associated with you. So what do? You act like you're too hype, and then people end up slap you because them say him no know where him come from. Or do you play the politically right thing and act like you just are basically friend up everybody and do the right thing, just associate with the people that you're from? And people, like me say, it is easy for one to be on the outside and say, yeah, but him need to keep it. However, to keep away when you're from the garrison, especially when you're a famous dancehall artist, is not very easy. It can also come back to haunt him, just like the demonic image that he puts out there. Point blank and period. Now, like I've said before, this demonic image, it has always put a tarnish on Lee Sparta's career, because we see a couple of years ago he was supposed to go to, I think, Dominica, and he was denied access or entrance by the immigration because of some church group said that he was coming there to basically infiltrate and make the place get evil. So therefore them stop him and he sued that country. And he won, I think, a couple of millions of US dollars. I think it is $3 million US dollars, if I am not mistaken. However, we see the Court of Appeal overthrew the case, so basically he did not get anything. He got zilch. He only got his image and reputation tarnished once again. So people, we not only talk about Jamaica, we not only talk about Dominica, we're not only speaking about he is always limited from getting any sort of access to any sort of visa from the major market. We are talking about UK, Canada, America. So people, you see what the Popo is doing whenever them basically ask this man or put this man as a person of interest. They are basically lessening his chance. They are basically doing things that are detrimental to the career of this man. And people, like me say, he has not been arrested, he has not been charged, he has not been convicted up to this date. Point blank and period. Now people, like we see, the history between Lee Sparta and the Popo is very bad, and it can never get better, because we saw that Lee Sparta even sued the government of Jamaica, the justice system, because he claims, or based on what his lawyer and PR team are saying, they said that he has lost in excess of 20 million Jamaican dollars because of all the hindrance, because of the Popo basically going to promoters, especially in Jamaica, and tell them, say, if they put him on the bill, if them book him, if Lee Sparta actually touch any sort of stage in Jamaica for about 3 or 5 years, basically the show done, the show lock off like a JPS outage. People, you see what this man has been going through. So people, I have analyzed the situation from all angles as it pertains to Mr. Leroy Russell, aka Lee Sparta, Uncle Demon. So we have to ask the question, is Lee Sparta being painted as a demonic character and put out there for basically say that he is a problem? He is the major contributing factor to crime and violence in Jamaica, or Is it a smoke screen? Is dancehall and dancehall artists being painted as a scapegoat for the crime problem in Jamaica? Because basically the popo needs somebody to blame. They need a smoke screen. They are basically lost, dazed and confused. So therefore them have to blame somebody, and Lee Sparta along with other artists, specifically Vybz Kartel, are always the ones that are responsible for crime in Jamaica. People, does that make any sort of sense? Let me know what you think in the comment section. So when we see incidents like this, we have to ask the question, and it is a fundamental question as it pertains to the law. Is a man still innocent until he is proven guilty, or is he guilty until he can prove himself innocent? Is that what the justice system wants to basically paint? Is this the agenda that the justice system is on? They want to basically tarnish somebody's reputation without any proper evidence, without any proper investigation, because people, like we see, based on the history, it is just wanted for this, wanted for that. It is just a person of interest. It is just a suspect. However, no sort of conviction, no sort of trial. However, history keeps repeating itself, and people, it is getting old. It's either the popo come up with some sort of evidence, do proper investigation and lock up Lee Sparta, if them are going to lock him up, and stop play these mind games, these psychological games, because at the end of the day, we are speaking about you are violating somebody's right to earn any sort of living, and you don't have no concrete evidence. So at the end of the day, what is important, we are talking about evidence, evidence, evidence. We are talking about conviction. But until then, he is innocent until proven guilty. Point blank and period. So people, at the end of the day, we understand that we should allow the popo to do their job. However, they should do their job professionally. They should not violate anybody, including yourself, myself, and dancehall artists. And we see that it is obvious that the popo has an agenda against dancehall artists, against ghetto people upon a whole. They try to point the finger. However, if you are the popo, what you need evidence. You need substantiating evidence to prove the case that you're trying to prove. You cannot be just arresting people over and over for the same thing without any sort of conviction. And we see that it is an obvious attempt by the popo for blame dancehall artists for everything that goes on in Jamaica. And people, like me say, this is my disclaimer once again, one more again. I am not saying these artists are altar boy or any sort of saint and they don't do nothing, or they don't know nobody and they are not responsible for this or for that. However, in the case of Lee Sparta, a lot of arrests, a lot of claims, a lot of allegations. In the case of Vybz Kartel, and I don't know why I even bring up Vybz Kartel, however, I will get to the point. In the case of Vybz Kartel, we see that he has been incarcerated for over 9 years, 2011, 2020, 8 to 9 years. And since then, the crime rate has spiraled out of control. We are speaking about between 14 to 16, almost 1,700 persons every year. And people, he has not been convicted for any one of those since that 9-year span. So therefore, what is happening outside? So therefore, it only shows you that the agenda or the picture that they are trying to paint is not so. And the problem in Jamaica is actually, we are talking about poverty, we are talking about corruption. And who are these major persons that are contributing to this? We are talking about corrupted popo, we are talking about corrupted politician. It is not the dancehall artists. If the dancehall artists are even responsible, we are speaking about a minute amount of crimes in Jamaica. Because like I've always said, until there are evidence out there, until there are cases, until there are allegations to say, yes, this is this and this is that, as it pertains to the popo, as it pertains to the politician, as it pertains to poverty, it is out there. Nobody can dispute it. It is indisputable without a shadow of a doubt that that is the problem, not dancehall. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like I say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.